Okay, we're recording. Yay. Welcome, everybody. Super excited.
Just going to sit here for the first 5 minutes.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted to say anything or if you just want me to dive in. Courtney's like, oh, Courtney! You guys, really quick. Courtney, what are you wearing?
What? Oh my God. Did you see my stories and see that I was wearing this and then put it on, Liz?
No, you guys. Courtney and I met in college, and then we went together, was it our junior and senior years?
Yeah.
We always like to say we were separated at birth, not personality-wise, but we would come out to go out and have fun for the weekend, be wearing the exact same outfit. So nothing new here.
Well, last week I texted her and I was like, funny story, I just found a Nordstrom Rack bag in my laundry room in my husband's dry cleaning basket. I probably was trying to hide the bag of stuff I'd bought and shoved it because I take my husband's dry cleaning, right? In September. Totally forgot about it. It had this in it, another shirt, a pair of boots, another sweater, and I thought I had returned that bag. So I found it and I was like, wow, this is perfect. So I sent Liz a picture. I was like, just found all this stuff I bought 4 months ago that I can't return now. And she was like, I have that sweater. It's this sweater. And we're both wearing it today.
And here we are. So happy Tuesday.
Yes.
Okay.
Happy Tuesday.
Are you guys ready for our volume deep dive? Do you want to talk?
Yeah, and just make sure you're all muted.
I think I'm muted. I'm muting them as they come in.
Looks like everybody is. All right.
Okay. Get your pens. Get your paper. Because it's going to be life-changing. So Liz,
why don't you put it on speaker view maybe?
Yep.
Are you going to share that? Or yeah. Put it on speaker view.
Okay. Do you see me? Because I only see you when I'm in speaker view.
It's still in gallery.
I think it's personal.
Oh. So whatever you have then is going to be how it records probably.
Okay.
So whatever you want to do.
It doesn't matter. We're just going to try it like this and see what I have it in speaker view.
Okay.
Okay, you guys. So we're going to start with the basics. Going to go into questions and then going to go into a really, really exciting announcement. We are super pumped for this. So listen, Courtney and I were going over what are we going to talk about with volume and commission. And here's the deal. Yes, you signed up to help people, but you also signed up to make an income. And it would be doing you all a disservice if we did not teach you how to truly understand the comp plan, volume, and how to make an income. So I made some pretty cool PDFs that I can't wait to share with you guys, and we're gonna kind of work through them. But I want you guys to write at the top of your paper, on one side, on your left side, I want you to write 100 VP. And then right across from that, on the other side of the paper, I want you to write 200 VP.
PV. VP?
VP.
Okay.
We're gonna get there. That's why Courtney's not doing this part. It's VP. That stands for volume points. That 100 and 200 is super important, and you're going to learn all about it. That is how you start to earn team cycle bonuses. So you can earn team cycle bonuses at Emerald, Ruby, and Diamond. So write that on your piece of paper. Write Emerald, Ruby, Diamond. And then next to it, I'm going to have you write the amounts that you can earn for each cycle. So one cycle at Emerald, you earn $14. One cycle at Ruby, you earn $16. And then one cycle at Diamond, you earn $18. And I can hear you guys saying, $14? That's nothing. But listen, that's the whole point of this call and learning and understanding volume and how just a simple 100 and 200 can add up to hundreds and thousands of dollars a week in team cycle bonuses. Here for this, obsessed with this, You need to like really ingrain this into your psyche, because this is how you grow and teach your coaches to grow. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to share my screen with you guys. And I am going to start with our first PDF. So can you guys tell me, I just want to make sure like somebody can give me a thumbs up that you can see this. Okay. And you guys, this is going to be, I'm going to give it to you guys. You're going to be able to print this. So here, this is a 2-pager. And this is the first page. So these are goals that Courtney and I came up with for all of you to start earning money in your business. So your first goal, which is step 1, is going to be to earn $250 a month. You guys know we get paid weekly, so I broke that down weekly. So that's $62.50 per week. And some of you might be saying, well, I'm already earning that. I am specifically only referencing team cycle bonuses. And once I get done sharing this PDF with you guys, I would be happy, or Courtney can, either one of us can walk you through your online office so you can see exactly where this is at, so you know how to track it and you know how to look at it. So these numbers are going to feel like gibberish to you. I did all of the math, and if you are a person who has questions or needs to understand the math, I can explain that to you, and you can message me and we can work through it. But these goals, so like let's look at the very top block, step 1, to earn $62 per week. If you are an emerald, that means you need to cycle through 4.46 times. So a cycle, remember, equals 100 volume points on your weak leg and 200 volume points on your strong leg. Everybody's weak and strong leg is going to be different, look different, and have different amounts. And I will tell you.
Really quick, do you want to touch on where they see that? Because I think that might be something clear on.
Do you want me to log in or just to explain it?
You could probably just explain the steps. It's pretty easy. It's like 2 steps.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Okay, I stopped my share. So I'm doing this by memory. So from your coach account, you're going to log in, and then up at the top in green, it's my business. Wait, what am I explaining?
Sorry. It's going to be, I think it's monitor my business or my business and then my volume. And that is where you're going to see your right leg and left leg.
Okay, yeah. So once you're in under the green, it's my business or monitor my business. It's to the bottom right, and it says team volume. Write this down, because you guys are going to be tracking this and you're going to need to know how to find it. Team volume. That's going to pull up a huge page of all the weeks are going to be to the left. And then in the middle column, you're going to see your projected PV, which is...
Maybe you should show it, Liz.
Okay.
It's under commissions and then volume.
Or Trace, I'm going to log in real quick.
And I'll answer one question while you're logging in, Liz, because this is kind of one of those questions that popped up in the thread. That is a good question to answer at the beginning. And Carrie asked, why is volume important? You guys, volume is what creates residual income for you. Volume is what creates income that if you're sick or you are, on vacation, you're still going to get a paycheck every week. Obviously, there's commissions that come from that too, with regular recurring rebillings for Shakeology and VOD and stuff. But what you'll start to see as you grow this and understand this and learn this, and Liz is going to talk about how you do that also, is that volume will start to grow and become a regular thing that you're seeing weekly. Okay, so that's why volume is important, because that is truly, like for me, 5.5 years into this business, my retail commissions are very similar to what they were. Sorry, like 6 months in this business, 3 months in this business, because I'm not retailing. Stop it. Sorry, we're having playtime. I'm not retailing now more than I was then. Like I'm hitting the same successful numbers, I'm helping the same number of people. So until you start to grow volume, your income isn't going to grow. Unless you're somebody that's like, my goal is to get SC 100 every single month and have 100 people a month, you know, on Shakeology HD. That's a great goal, but you don't have to work as hard, right, to get there, bringing in these new people constantly, if you understand the volume and how you can maximize the compensation plan. So that, Carrie, is why volume is important.
Volume is everything. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, can you guys see? Thumbs up, good, you can see everything. Okay, so from this view, it's monitor my business, and then down to the bottom right, it's team volume. And this is huge. If you guys have never looked at this, I look at this every single day. You guys are gonna see all of my numbers, everything that I do right now. So to the left is the week. We have not ended the week yet, so this number up at the top is gonna keep growing, hopefully. Oh, hold on. That's my husband texting and I need to tell him to stop because I don't know how to turn it off on my computer. Hold on.
If you just put it on Do Not Disturb on your phone, Liz, like the little moon.
Okay.
It should stop on your computer too.
Okay, that middle volume, total PV, that's my personal PV that's coming through from my orders and my customer orders. So that is what helps keep you active. And this is super important. You guys write this down. For an Emerald coach, you need 50 PV per month. And as a diamond or above, you need 100. Yes, you need more than just Shakeology. But if you're bringing in customers and you're on HD, you're good. So you can come look here. So I have more than enough for the month because these are weekly totals in that PV column. Next column, LV. That is my left leg volume. And then RV is my right leg volume. And you guys can see, I'm gonna move you, I have you guys there. Okay, my right leg is considered my strong leg. So you can go in and look at your volume and see the difference. Whichever leg is higher is considered your strong leg. Everyone's different. And as Courtney can attest to this, they can flip-flop. So what is super important about these numbers is this is where you guys are going to be coming every week to track what you're doing and to track your progress to be reaching these goals that we are talking about. So I'm going to stop my share because I feel like it's important for it to touch and jump in, Court, if you want to. A lot of you are asking, well, how do we get volume on each leg? Your volume on each leg is a product of what your coaches do on that leg. So it's super important to be building a productive team. We do not want to see people building to diamond, we call them fake diamonds, on all discount coaches. All that is going to do is going to pull from your commission and give you a little bit of volume. That is not going to give you the type of volume you need to be making an income. Discount coaches have a place. I have them, Courtney has them, everybody has them, but you don't want to build a business on discount coaches. We just do not believe in that. That's just not how we do things. So when you have a coach, let's say you're Emerald, it's you, and then you have a coach on your left and a coach on your right. Whatever that coach is doing and growing and helping customers, and if they sign coaches, everything they purchase, product or program, has a volume number attached to it, and that floats right up to you, to your left leg and to your right leg. Does that make sense?
Even their personal orders.
Yep, even their personal orders. But that's why it's really important to have more than just discount coaches, because if you're having just discount coaches and they're just doing 90 PV once a month, you're barely gonna cycle each week, ever. Like you might cycle once a month. We want you cycling multiple times a week. So that's why it's really important to build and to grow and to have a really strong team. Are there any questions? I'm gonna scroll through. If you have a question, unmute.
Just real quick, to talk about why it's important also to not even though you want to build a team and not making them discount coaches, to make sure that you still have your customers too, because you need their ongoing like Shakeology commission. Does that make sense?
Yes, totally. So that's what I meant when I said in the beat, like, you don't want to turn every customer into a discount coach to get yourself to diamond. You're losing that $32 a month commission, and it's not going to give you that same amount in team cycle bonuses.
Right.
There's a place.
Right. That's what I say. There's a time and a place. And as Liz goes through this volume, you're going to see where rank can cause you to earn a little bit more with less volume. So maybe keep going on with that, Liz. So like where you could be an emerald and you have a certain volume, but if you were a diamond and you had that same volume, you'd actually be earning more money because
right now
cycling at 18 versus 14, or a ruby you're cycling at 16 versus 14. So
yes.
Liz, I'm gonna show you
here
that.
it is for you guys to see again, the step one. So if you look at the emerald, and so there's the 3 ranks, emerald, ruby, diamond, how much you make per cycle. And then if you look to the right, it's showing you the exact amount of volume. And this is weekly because we want you cycling weekly. The volume for a diamond on the weak leg. Oh, I need to fix that. Sorry. LV is weak. I will fix that before I send that to you guys. Your weak leg for a diamond to earn $62 a week needs to be $347. If you're an emerald, it has to be $446 because you are cycling. You're cycling at a lower income. Does that make sense? Does anybody need to unmute and ask a question about that? Okay. So I'm going to have you guys look through this. There's a lot that can be explained. I don't want to overwhelm you. And it took a while, like Courtney and I sat on the phone for 2 hours and did these calculations, but I want to give you a little bit of an idea of what this looks like. So I'm going to go from step 1, emerald. Let's say you need that 446 on the weak leg per week. I'm going to divide that by 100 volume points. And so you need about 4.5 coaches on your weak leg. You guys want to be writing this down. 4.5 coaches on your weak leg, bringing in 100 volume points per week. And so break that down even further. It's 4.5 coaches helping about 1 person a week.
Not even, because if they're ordering their own Shakeology, let's just say.
I mean, but that will only account for 1 week.
Right. But if you had those 4 people ordering their own Shakeology and then helping 1 person, and you guys, I think it's important too, like, there's been times because we're going to get to this big announcement at the end of this call, but there's been times in the past where we've given you goals of rank. And I want you to think about this here, where we're going to be strategic. So you're going to rank advance when it makes sense. And if that means staying at emerald,
until you
can have more than 2 coaches and just be at emerald, but it's having 1 coach on 1 leg and then building maybe 3 coaches on that weak leg to build up that weak leg. So you have actually 4 coaches, but you're still an emerald coach, or maybe 5 or 6 even on that weak leg, right? It's being strategic where we can grow your income so you can start making more money in this business.
I want to piggyback on what Courtney's talking about. Go down and look at step 4. Step 4 is $250 per week. That is capping, that emerald's cap at $250 per week. Like, that is honestly the ultimate goal. If you're building and growing, you'll probably outrank that. But to earn $250 as an emerald coach means you have built so deep and wide, and it's so strong that, like, you can't earn any more at that rank. Like, that would be insane. But I also want you guys to look at the amount of volume it takes for an emerald on that weak leg, which is $17.90 versus what it takes for a diamond coach. So there are definite pluses and minuses to everything, to staying at emerald versus trying to get to diamond, but doing it strategically so that it's not a fake diamond. There is so much strategy involved, and we want you guys to know, like exactly what Courtney said, we are not pushing rank, we are pushing income for you.
Right. Because you can maximize this that's what it's doing. It's maximizing the compensation plan. And you might get to a point, and you guys, that's what we're here for. So if you feel like you're like, I want, like Liz and I very early on, like we didn't necessarily have somebody teaching us this.
No.
We just wanted to learn how to maximize the compensation plan to earn the most we could with where our business was at every time. And I think we've been really darn good at that. I know I have. Like, there is not a lot of carryover. But, you know, if I started showing you how my business is built, I have like 5 coaches on one leg and everything else stacked on the other leg, because that was a smart way to build it, you know? And so we want to teach you that. So if you have questions and you're like a person that you're like, I want to understand this, I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Maybe you had a goal of thinking like diamond is the end all be all, and then you watch this and you're like, maybe that should not be it right now, because earning $500 a month or $1,000 a month would be way more exciting for me, you know, to be able to grow my business. Reach out to us. Like, we love this stuff. Like, we love talking about all that.
And I think it's a really important for us to note, and we've talked about it before, and this is something that you probably need to reach out to either one of us to talk about, is deciding how you feel personally about Success Club versus pushing orders through a spouse or a parent account. Because what happens when you are taking on a customer just like into your own business center, yes, it's contributing to your PV. It is doing absolutely nothing for your own personal TV, which is team volume, which means that order coming into your own CBC is not contributing to a left or a right leg. So if you have the opportunity to make that purchase and those volume points count, I 100% would be putting it under a spouse or a parent account, because you're still earning that income. Yes, you might quite possibly be foregoing Success Club points, but that volume is now going on your weak leg and contributing to you making more money. So you are earning commission, and then you're also earning volume points that help you earn a team cycle bonus. So you have to decide.
Give like a nod, like, do you get that? Like, so now we're talking about these legs. So, I mean, just being brutally honest, Liz, when you run a customer through your first business center, you're going to earn that commission, but the people above you are going to benefit from that volume. Okay?
You are personally benefiting.
Right. Whereas if you run it through a spouse, you're going to benefit. So are the people above you. Does that make sense? So that's like when we've always talked about too, like your goal is to get a second business center.
You guys.
So you can run all, like, I do not put customers through my first business center. My second, because I'm going to earn a commission in my second, then my first business center is going to cycle from that volume. So instead of just making $32 on a bag of Shakeology, I'm making $32 in that second CBC, and then I'm making the $18 from the cycle in my first. So
think about this. Let me add another layer. For me, Courtney and I are structured differently. My second CBC is under Steve. So I'm earning 3 paychecks on 1 order. I'm earning the commission in my second. Volume goes to Steve. He cycles at Emerald, and then that volume goes to my first, and I cycle at 18. So it's all about maximization.
Right.
And
Beachbody, love the company, but for them, they want you. It's most lucrative for them if they reward you for Success Club, right? And I'm not saying don't go for, like, there's a ton of perks that come from a Success Club. You go on amazing trips. You go, you get seats at Summit. Like, it's a huge accomplishment to achieve that. And if you're a person that thrives on recognition and that's super important to you, then that's the route to go, because
Yes.
you're going to get all the recognition from Beachbody. But if you're willing to be a person that is like, yeah,
Forgoes that.
that's great, but I would much rather have the money in my bank account to change my family's life or whatever it is, and let that stuff go and know, well, you're going to get some recognition from us from all this stuff, so that's really good.
You get recognition in your bank account.
Yeah, but you're going to get recognition in your bank account, and that's going to feel damn good, right? Better than,
Can I just say this too? If you are still wanting to do Success Club, there is zero reason for you to ever go above SC10, ever. There is no benefit. So if you're a person who's like, I really need that recognition, and you're pushing for those numbers, you get yourself to SC10, and then everything surplus goes through that other account, always. So that was me when I first started. Steve was on my week leg. He was my very first coach. I would get myself to SC5-ish. It was 5 back then, back in the old days. And then I would push customers through him, and it's been hugely successful. He earns more money than my second CBC.
and I think too, something to point out, when we first started, you had to have pretty high, like you needed to be hitting Success Club 10 plus every single month to be earning the Success Club trips. I will tell you guys, you can earn the Success Club trips by not even hitting Success Club every month. There's just not as many people going on them. Maybe it's the destinations they're choosing or whatever, or people have been there before, or the tickets are expensive to get to these locations, but people come off the wait list. Like I've had my personal coaches that maybe have hit Success Club like 3 times in the year, and they come off the wait list. You might be coming off the wait list pretty close to the trip actually happening, but that can still be a vision board item and something you can achieve without putting like the end all, without sacrificing your income, as we're sharing with you guys.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen again and show the second page of this.
Krista had a question.
Oh, go.
I do have a question really quick. But just say like your spouse, whatever, on your week leg, you're going to throw all your customers over there. You're going to have his account hit SC5 or SC10 or whatever your goal is. Aren't you technically still then getting, like, so it's under his name, but you're still hitting the Success Club. You're still getting the Success Club gift, the trip, all of that just under his name.
So he's going to earn the trip and you're going to be his guest.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And you're going to earn a way more income.
Yeah. And you'll be able to buy those tickets to the flight much better.
Yes.
Because you're earning more money. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so here's the breakdown of goals for you. And like, these are serious goals that we want you guys to be hitting. So if you're like looking to the right of the weak leg and strong leg volume, and you're like, I don't understand how to make this happen, or what does this look like? Really, you're probably gonna need to come to me to help do your reverse engineering.
I can tell you numbers, Liz. I'm just not gonna punch it in the calculator.
Okay.
But
If you're like, I don't understand how I get to 446 volume points a week on my weak leg, come to one of us. We will reverse engineer with you and show you what that looks like and how you get there. Okay, so second page. So excited about this page. It's so pretty and I love it. Okay, this is what you guys are gonna print out and start tracking. We thought about doing a Google Drive. I couldn't figure out how to make it work. And so I was like, let me just do this because I'm kind of a pen to paper person. And so what you have here is 2 months worth of tracking in one page. So you only need 6 pages to print. And so to the left, you are going to put week of, and this can be, if you want it to be like that Thursday. So like, let's say we're going to start this week. I would put 1:30 up under week of, and then exactly how I showed you, you're going to go in and write down what your left leg volume was and what your right leg volume was. And if it's applicable, you're going to put in the middle column how many times you cycled and what rank you currently are. I want you guys to be tracking this every week. And then to the right, it's
Liz, really quick to interrupt. You guys can see how many times you cycle if you go into your paycheck, right? And click on team cycle bonuses, and it's going to show you all of those. Am I correct?
But I can give you a tool that will help you, and I will share it. I don't know if my brain can do it right this second to tell you how to reverse engineer that, but let me just try.
I'm pretty sure, you guys, and while I can just look on this, I won't share my screen, but I think, hold on. Let me just share here.
Hey, I can tell you right now, whatever your paycheck is, you guys are gonna want, I need to write this down. Paycheck.
I need to write this down.
Yeah. Divided by.
So the dollar amount is the dollar amount of the paycheck.
So let's just do this for example. Let's say you made $50 in team cycle bonuses. This is not commission, specifically team cycle bonuses. Let's say you made $50 and you are cycling at an Emerald coach. You're going to go 50 divided by 14 because that's how much you cycle at. So it's paycheck divided by rank, cycle, I used to hate math, amount. And that is going to give you your number of cycles. So if you made $50 in team cycle bonuses at an Emerald, you cycled 3.5 times. Does that, yeah?
That's easy.
Okay, good. So smart. So middle column, cycles, rank. To the right, you're going to start tracking your income. Because if you're not in this for income, you got to get in it for income. You can be in it for all the other things, but you are in this, you work hard, you show up, you need to get paid. So what I wrote here to the right, so next, so on Thursday, January 30th, you are going to get paid. You're going to write down January 30th, your left and right volume. In the income column, you're going to write what you get paid the following week. We get paid in arrears. Did everybody know that? Does everybody know what arrears means?
Yes.
Okay. Some people don't. It means you get paid a week later. So to the left, for January 30th, you're writing down your volume. You're going to get paid on that volume a week later. So your corresponding income to that week gets paid a week later. Now, you guys can look it up and see what you're going to get paid. Every Thursday, you can look up and see what your next paycheck is going to be. It's very easy. On the home screen, on that main profile, to the left where it says like profile, volume, earnings, there's a bunch of other things. Click on earnings.
Commissions.
I think, is it earnings?
Yeah, you can also do it right under where that my volume is. There's also earnings and commissions. It's
but it's very easy from that main profile. You can click earnings, so you will always know what your upcoming check is going to be. So on Thursday, you can wake up and write down your volume, and then you can look and see what that paycheck is going to be corresponding to that volume. This is really important, you guys, to track your growth and your progress. You have to know what your volume is doing and what your income is doing, to look back and see like, okay, this is working for me, this is not working for me, where do I need to grow, where do I need to build my team, I need to reach out to Courtney or Liz to talk about this or that. Like, we want you guys to be in control of this business, and part of that is knowing every single number that you're bringing in. Yeah, does that make sense? Good? Okay. Off to you, Court.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, I'm muted. Am I muted? No.
Oh, no, you're good.
I had to kick myself out. Let me pull up the questions here, you guys. Here we go. So we covered one of them. That was, why is volume important? Sorry, I gotta read through all of your tags here and make sure I'm not missing anything. Why do I see no calls or no questions? Hold on, let me, more comments. Okay. Here we go. Vacation. Is this where you asked? No, on the total wrong thread. I was on.
It was my question thread from a couple days ago.
Yeah, okay, taking questions. Got it. Here we go. All right. Okay, Brittany, how does placement play a role in volume? Like where someone is in the downline and how it plays a role in TV. Okay, so I think what you're asking, Brittany, is how some people have carry down volume from people above them and some people do not. And that is part of it. It has to do with placement. So everybody has their week. You're at the top of this little triangle, not calling it the other P word, but it's a triangle. You're at the top here, right? And then you've got a right leg and a left leg. Okay, some people have a strong leg. That means they were placed on an outside leg of someone who is working this business and moving their business forward and continues to add people to their team and place people under you. So I've had new coaches of mine message me and they're like, hey, I went in and there's like coaches under me. Like, who are these people? Those are not their PS coaches, but they're coaches that I've placed there or that other coaches in my downline have placed there. Anybody that's underneath you starts to contribute volume to that leg. And that's why some people you'll see have a crazy strong leg or a stronger leg. Everybody's going to have a weak leg though that has no volume coming in, okay? And that's the one you have to build on your own. Now, there are other coaches that will get placed on a weak leg of a coach who's maybe not necessarily continuing to work their business, okay? So they're not seeing that volume come and build from them. Now, yeah, you can be like, oh, that sucks. Like I was dealt the placement, you know what I mean? But I can tell you a lot of coaches that are placed in places like that and have successful 6-figure businesses, 7-figure businesses, all of that. I will say that even myself, I'm placed similar to the way my business is built. I'm placed on a leg where there's like 4 coaches over there. So there's not a lot of carry down volume. So my income has come from building my team and signing amazing coaches like Liz, who continue to grow their team and made that my strong leg. And so I have gone on to build accordingly to maximize the compensation plan. Side note, insert here something while we talk about this. If you have a strong leg and you're not utilizing that 2-to-1, right? That 200 to 100. If you don't have, really, ideally, you would want your legs to be 2-to-1. So if you have 1,000 on one leg, you'd like the other to be 500. And if you look at Liz's numbers, you'll kind of see that that's where you want to be. Am I correct, or shaking your head no? Or that was shaking your head no to a question, right? So now I feel like I totally lost my train of thought.
How my volume is completely displaced and I'll never use it, and it just got flushed.
Right, so it carries over. All that volume that you're not using on that strong leg carries over. And then as you start to build that weak leg, Beachbody's great. Like they trickle it in for you. And so you're maximizing that weak leg always. But there's 2 ways you can lose that carryover volume. Number 1, by going inactive in your business center. So if you're a coach or an Emerald coach and you don't have that 50 PV or 90 PV that Liz talked about that are you required to have to stay active, guess what? All of that carryover, gone. Disappears on Wednesday night at 12:01 or Thursday morning at 12:01 a.m. because you know our weeks end at 11:59 on Wednesday night, okay? The other way that happens is if it gets to be like a crazy high amount, like $1 million or something.
Right. It's right over $1 million.
That happened to Liz and it flushes and it's gone. She was like devastated and I was like, Liz, it's not that big a deal.
I cried.
Yeah, because I tried to explain to her the likelihood of her ever really using that $1 million that built up over 5.5 years was probably pretty slim, right? And she's already I was like, you're going to start accumulating that carryover this week and it'll start feeding in. So
you explain your situation though, I think it's important to tell too, because a lot of times you are like dead even.
Close. Well, that's happened recently. So for the longest time, I'm like 2-to-1, 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 always. Like, if you looked at my carryover, I think I maybe have like 200 volume points in there. But then, you know, there's some amazing rock star coaches in that weak leg that have started to build, and so then they became even. So in that point, you're not, am I correct, Liz? You're not necessarily utilizing the carryover, okay? Because there's not, it's gonna carry over like this when these legs are unbalanced to get them like that, right? Till there's like a equator point, right? Like a median point that it can't do it any longer. So the 2-to-1 is really important.
It's really
then
important.
You start to utilize and you start to look, and when you really start to understand this volume, you'll be like, okay, I see that that's starting to trend that way. So that means I need to start building this way, and I need to start placing over here, or maybe mentoring the coaches over there, you know, that want to work their business, help them reach their goals, that sort of thing. Okay.
Just real quick, Courtney, sorry, just to piggyback off of a question that Casey had too, and for any new coaches. So what Courtney was talking about as far as like your placement not having a lot of volume, that's where you'll hear the terminology of dead leg. It's just bad terminology. It doesn't mean that you cannot build a team from there. It's just, I think some things people get stuck in saying, but it doesn't mean you can't build a team. It just means you got the bad luck of the draw.
Yeah, and it's, you know, honestly, the way you would teach your coaches are, like the way I've built my business, is if I have a working coach, I'm going to place them on my weak leg, right? So everybody that signed coaches has the best intention by placing them on their weak leg, because it's actually a good place if your upline continues to build their business, because they're going to keep building under that spot, right? Just what happens, and you guys, it's just part of it. You know what I mean?
Who's Bombshell Dynasty? Bombshell Dynasty.
Well, yeah, I was saying, but people fall off and that, so but again, that doesn't mean, you guys, I'm telling you, I could show you, I don't have a lot of carry down volume. I earn amazing income with this business. Guess what? The #1 earner in Beachbody is Lindsay Matway.
There you go.
And she
is on a dead leg.
She earns like
$3.5
a year. Like a year.
100% did it all by herself.
That's from, so I feel like sometimes people be like, oh, woe is me, I'm in a bad place, or my coach quit and I rolled it to a dead spot. Yeah, it sucks, but it does not dictate your destiny in this business. And I gotta tell you,
write that down. Your placement does not dictate your destiny in this business. Boom.
Thank you, mic drop. but seriously, like, I gotta tell you, like, because even if you have an upline that's feeding you all of this volume and you have this crazy strong leg, if you are not matching that on your weak leg, it means nothing to you, right? Like, it means nothing. So you could be placed under somebody that has like 100,000 volume trickling down to you. You could have 100,000 volume on your weak leg or your strong leg, but if you're not building that weak leg, it's my husband. He's at the top of my strong leg. I've never built his account. Never had to. It's actually, but if I started to build his weak leg, I could duplicate what I have in my business center by doing that, right? So if you're blessed with that setup, that you're having someone's volume, you have an opportunity that you should take advantage of, right? And you don't want to walk away from. Okay, let's keep going so we're not on here all night. Why Team Cycle Bonus can bring in more money than commission. This is still Brittany's. We kind of touched on that. It's because for the amount of money you can earn from Team Cycle Bonuses, for you to duplicate that in commissions, you would have to be helping so many people every single month. And you guys know how hard it is to bring new people in, right? And to retain them and keep them ordering every single month. It's hard. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of commitment. It takes a lot of work, a lot of talking to people. And you can earn more by learning how to maximize the compensation plan and teaching your coaches to do the same. Okay, hopefully that answers that. Showing genealogy and calculations is helpful too for visual learners. So we covered all that. You guys can go into your genealogy, is that what it's called?
Graphical genealogy?
Graphical, thank you. I knew there was another word. Graphical genealogy, and you can see that family tree. Side note, insert something very important, and I don't want you to have to learn this hard lesson. Every single time you sign a coach, within that 5-day window that you have the ability to move them, I want you to go into that graphical genealogy, and I want you to look at that family tree and make sure they are placed where you wanted them placed. Because computers have glitches, and honestly, you guys, there are people, humans on the other side that work for Beachbody that are taking our, especially if you move placement, like if somebody signs up and they go on your right leg and you're like, oh, I want them on my left leg, and you submit that form to transfer their placement, it is a human that is going in and reading your direction on that placement and making sure that person goes in the right spot. And I have seen it time and time again that errors are made. And if you are outside that 5-day window, there is nothing you can do about it. So when you sign a new coach, something that should be on your new coach checklist, what you do with them is go in and make sure that their placement is correct, exactly where you want them. That's just a total side tangent because it's come up again recently. Because it's happened to me where I've placed people different places and they haven't gotten where I wanted. It happened to Liz, it's happened to other coaches on this team, and I don't want to see it happen to you. And they might go, you can't just look at, oh, they show on my left leg or they show on my right leg. You need to look at that family tree because they could be in some weird, crazy spot on the inside, a true dead spot on that right leg that you didn't even know existed, okay? Super important. Okay. Can you talk about all the bonuses that can be earned, like team cycle bonuses, rank bonuses, fast start bonuses, matching bonuses? Yes, you guys get team cycle bonuses. We've been talking about that all night, so I'm not going to continue on that. Rank bonuses are based on, they are quarterly bonuses that are earned based on your rank. You start earning bonuses at a 2-star, 5-star, 10-star, and 15-star diamond. Once you get to that rank, let's say you're going to get to 2-star. You're a lifetime 2-star diamond. You're always going to be known as a lifetime 2-star, but you are only going to earn those quarterly bonuses if you are that rank for 6 weeks out of the quarter. And there's specific qualification dates. If you are at that point in your business or it's your goal to get to 2-star, we can talk about that, but you have to re-qualify every single quarter to get that rank. Bonuses for 2-star, around $850 a quarter can be earned. 5-star, it changes because it's based on how many people. Beachbody has a pool of money, and then they take, we've got 200 people that are 2-star. There's more than that. We're going to take, $25,000 and divide it amongst these 25 people. This is not correct math. I'm just putting this out there. Or 200 people, and this is what you get. Okay, so it fluctuates a little bit, but generally 2-stars around $850, $800. 5-stars around $2,500. When you're 5-star, you get the 5-star bonus and the 2-star bonus. So you're looking at around $3,500 a quarter, more than $12,000 a year in bonuses if you hold that rank. 10-star is around $10,000 a month, or a quarter, sorry. $10,000 a quarter for 10-star, but you are also getting 10-star, 5-star, and 2-star. So you're really earning $13,500. And then I believe 15-star is like $20,000. I feel like that's what it is
I
now.
think the total combined is like 75 for 15-star.
I don't think it's that much anymore.
Okay, it used to be.
I just saw it today. I don't think it's that much. It's that much. It's still $20,000. But I think it's like 20 or 25,000 plus the 10-star, plus the 5-star, plus the 2-star, okay? But you gotta work your butt off to get there. Like, you have to hold those rank for 6 weeks. So you go through a whole qualification period again. That's like a whole nother call, I feel like, qualification and rank. So I don't wanna go down that rabbit hole too much. Fast start bonuses, you guys, so if you go into your earnings and commissions, you'll see all these line items, right? That you have commissions and subscription commissions and matching bonus and fast start bonus. You guys know what commissions is. That's what you earn on retail sales. You know what team cycle bonuses are. matching bonuses are once you get to diamond, right? Diamond. You are then paid 10% of your team's team cycle bonuses. So anybody that's emerald or above of your personally sponsored coaches, you're going to earn 10% of that. So let's just say Liz, her team cycle bonus is $1,000 this week. I'm going to earn $100 from that as an extra bonus. Okay. Plus I'm being paid on her volume in the team cycle bonuses. And then fast start bonuses are essentially a commission you are paid for signing a new coach. So, let's say you sign a customer with a challenge pack, you're going to earn $40, $50, $60, whatever it is that commission equates to. A fast start bonus is just the same thing. It's a commission on that coach sign up. So it's like $40, $50, $60, depending on what they're signing up on. And then if you sign, gosh, it's been a while. I feel like if you sign 3, or is it 5? 3 or 5?
It's 5.
It's 5?
Yeah.
Miriam knows. She's a huge recruiter. If you sign 5 coaches in 1 month, you get a, what's that called, Miriam?
I don't know. I thought it was fast start bonus.
It might be. It might be just including the fast start bonus, but I think is it $100?
It's $100, yeah.
Yeah. So if you sign 5 coaches in 1 month, you're getting an extra $100 from Beachbody in that fast start bonus. Okay. So those are the bonuses that you earn. Let's see. For me to remember, talk about this. Okay. So I had a coach call this week, and we were talking a lot about her U+2. So she has her account, she has her husband's account, and she has her dad's account. And she was like, I have to keep all these accounts active, and I'm using the products that I'm ordering, so that's fine. But I want to make sure I'm maximizing the compensation plan with what I'm ordering in these different accounts. So she's like, I order Shakeology, I order Performance Stack, and I order bars, right? So what we had, and she was like, I'm going to keep, she's an Emerald coach, okay? And she was like, I'm going to keep my Shakeology in my first CB, or in my personal account, because I want to have it there for when I need 90 PV. Now remember, you don't need 90 PV in your I keep saying first business night. You don't need 90 PV in your personal account until you're a diamond coach. When you're not a diamond coach, you only need 50 PV. Now you guys, we've talked a lot about volume. So let me ask a question. I'll just be like a teacher. Pop question. Where should she be placing the Shakeology order? In her personal account, or in her husband on this side, or her dad on the other side?
Somebody answer and make me proud.
Her.
I can tell you where it's supposed to be placed.
Where would that be, Krista?
That would be on your weak leg.
Yes, because from what she's ordering now, I know I said Performance Stack, so that's the same PV as Shakeology, but let's just say it wasn't. Let's say Shakeology was her biggest PV ordering. And Shakeology really is, because it's also TV of 90. It's one of the things that we're paid at the highest TV on. Team volume is where you guys cycle, okay? So, yes, she needs to go in and place that Shakeology HD order under whichever family member is on her weak leg, because that's going to contribute to her cycling.
This is if you are not diamond.
Yes, if you're not diamond. If you're diamond, you need to have 90 PV in that first CBC. So keep your Shakeology. The other thing I said to her when we were talking about it, I was like, you just have to be okay with not getting that annual Shakeology Drinker of the Year prize.
You're going to be fine, because you're going to earn money and you can buy all the shaker cups.
You're going to have to give it up, so you won't get your little wine glass or your koozie Shakeology cup, whatever it is. But so think about that. That when that question came up, I was like, I never would have thought of covering that with you guys, but it's important, right? So look at where you're running. Or for example, new program comes out. Well, I don't want to say new program. Let's say when we launched peppermint mocha or pumpkin spice or the new beach bars, and you were like, oh my gosh, I'm going to order 5 boxes of peppermint spice. How many of you ordered that in your first business center? or your personal account. Whereas really the smarter thing to do would have been to order that under whatever family account is on your weak leg, because you're gonna cycle.
I think they should get used to saying first business center, because the goal is for you to have a second business center. So your first business center is you.
Right. Yes. But you guys, and it is kind of like when you have a spouse account, that is like having a second business center. So it's the same sort of thing. Okay. Nod your head. Yes, it looks good. Okay. I feel like you guys on the East Coast are getting tired. We're going to hurry up. I think I have one more question. Placement. I would like to be able to help my coaches get set up for success. I'm on a dead leg and there we go, and don't even know why or what it means. So, Casey, you commented publicly. So do you feel like you understand it now after everything we've talked about? Okay. Do you feel like you would feel comfortable? And you guys, if you are signing coaches and you don't know where to place them, yes, like you are never going to bother us.
Listen to me every day.
I always say, I tell my clients and my PS coaches, I'm like, guys, you can text me at 2 a.m. Like, time zones are different. Like, I put my phone on do not disturb at night. You are not going to wake me up. I am that person that like has an idea or something at midnight. And I'm like, I need to message it right now because I'm going to forget. Send the messages. Like when I am working and up and, you know, like I will get back to you. Very often, so I go out of bed, you know, at 5:15, 5:30 in the morning, I'm like, okay, messages, respond to those. So send the message, ask the questions. I'd rather you ask than have a time where you're like, I did that wrong. I wish I would have asked. So, okay. Are we ready? Should we like drum roll, please? My dog's probably gonna freak out.
Let me share my screen. Hold, please. Hold. This is just too exciting. Hold on.
You made the pretty picture, the maker of pretty pictures. So you guys, we didn't get to have a leadership retreat last year, but we are going to have one in 2020, and it's going to be here in Arizona because this is a total destination that people want to travel to, right? Like, it's a vacation destination. It's beautiful, especially this time of year in November. And where before we have had these events based around getting to Diamond or getting Success Club or this and that. No more. We really, really excited. Like Liz said, we spent 2 hours, probably more than that because it's been lots of days talking about it, but 2 hours really trying to figure out, we don't want you guys to like come to a leadership retreat based on a rank that like you're still sitting there going, why am I not earning any money in this business? Like, we want you to get to a point that like you're coming to a friggin' leadership retreat and you are celebrating that you've grown your business, that you finally are getting it to where you want it to go and feeling like super, super successful. We want to celebrate that and bond and grow and be together. So Liz, explain.
Okay, let me go to the next picture.
Explain the house.
So excited for this. You guys don't even understand. Wait, where is it? Okay, here we go. So how do you qualify? And I will share. Are you good, Court?
Yeah, I have like a pop-up. Sorry.
Right. What's the face? Okay, two important things. I will share these so you guys don't have to write all this down. 2 ways to qualify. The first one is by your team cycle bonuses. We, like Courtney said, we were like, how can we make this different? How can we make it where they're actually earning and growing and like feeling the success? So your goal is to be earning $200 a week in team cycle bonuses by the weekend of August 27th. That is a Thursday. So what's really important, you guys, it's your job to track your income on that PDF printout that I'm going to give to you, or if you want to do it in a Google Drive, you can do that, because that's, I mean, we're going to cross-check and cross-reference, but it's really important for you to be in on this and tracking your growth. Your number 2, to qualify, you have to do both of these, is going to be determined by your activity in Vimify. If you do not know what I'm talking about, we're going to change things up. We're going to end our business builders group. If you are in there, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, we're going to be transferring our Vimify app over to Boss Babes, where I'm going to be posting the link in there for us every week. It is basically this really cool app that you get on your phone to do all the vitals and all the steps to grow your business. And so what you're going to need to qualify is you need to achieve 80% or more for 26 out of the next 30 weeks. And so what this does, you guys, is it ensures that you're working, that you're showing up, that you're putting in the effort to be invited to this retreat. And so there's 30 weeks from, I think I did it from Monday until we do the qualification, like we end it and send out our invites. And I thought I would give you 4 weeks of leeway for vacation, for illness, for whatever you need. So it's your job, again, to track this. I am going to put together a Google Drive where it's going to be really, really simple to pop in your percentage for every single week. So the ball is really in your court, and then the ball is in our court to help you grow this business and get an invite. I'm going to show you our last picture because you guys know that I like to give you all the details, and you're going to have all this. So what does it look like? You saw the $250, you saw the other stuff. So this is what $200 a week looks like for each rank, how much volume you need on your weak leg and your strong leg. And then we created some benchmarks for you guys, which I thought would be super helpful. So listen, the first 2 benchmarks of $75 a week and $125 a week are just benchmarks. Those are not required to get an invite, but it's something that will guide you to this goal. And I have all the layouts, all the numbers there for you guys to see like what you need to be hitting. So it's very plainly written out what you need to do. So now it's a game plan. Now it's how do you do this? How do you hit these numbers? And how can we help you? And we're so excited. And this is for the whole downline. This is not just Pia. This is whole entire downline. Does not matter where you're placed.
Yes.
Dead leg or not.
Okay. So save at least like 1 vacation day, maybe 1.5, because you'll want to fly in on like a Thursday probably, and then fly home on Sunday. So make sure you're according for your vacation days if you are working. So you have a day and a half or
Can everybody show your faces so we can take some pictures in a boom boom, and then we'll do questions if anybody needs to stay on and needs any clarification.
And I would say too, you guys, like if you're sitting there and you're like, oh my God, my volume is like 0 and 100, don't like, we got you, okay? Like this, the whole idea of these are to push you, and it can change so quickly, you guys. You can have one person that joins you on this journey that changes your business. You can have 2 people that join you, 3 people. Like if you are passionate about this, and remember, you won't hit goals. You're not going to move your business forward if you don't have something you're working toward. Okay. And I know there's some of you on here that have been to retreats, and you can speak to how powerful and fun and worth it they are. So get there. I'm telling you, it's freaking beautiful here in November. It'll be the beginning of November, so before Thanksgiving and the holidays.
Yeah,
and all
it'll be early November.
But yeah, like get here. Come to Arizona.
Kelsey, Sheila, Brittany, Jen, if you guys want on the boom, put your video on in 3, 2.
They're not coming.
1. They're not coming. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording. Oh, and I want to, hold on, before I do that, I want to answer Amanda's question. Amanda said she ordered, somebody ordered UPF from her yesterday. Should she switch it to her husband? Yes, although I'm not sure. You can try and do an online chat pretending that you're Jeff and switching that customer over. You're going to need like customer order, email, name. Sometimes they don't let you do that from spouse to spouse. And so it will have to be where your customer calls and switches. And some customers are really cool and they'll do that for you, and some don't feel like doing it. But my opinion is yes, you switch that volume to Jeff.
Yeah, try on your own. And if it's somebody you don't like, a cold contact, right? Like somebody that's new to you, I probably would advise going against, hey, can you do me a favor? I need you to just change my volume to your spouse's account. Like,
Well, I would never, yeah.
Like, don't do that, but just make it the decision, like, going forward, this is what you're going to do. And you kind of know, okay?
Okay, I'm going to stop recording.